Hello, how are we all doing? We are playing, whatever the hell this is that, I've been asked to play via the chat. Doki Doki Literature Club. And, I know nothing about what's in store for me. I know nothing about what's going to happen in this game. All I have is the evidence of my eyes. Choose the girl you're romancing. I am a 34-year-old man, Najawin. This is going to be an experience. I have no idea what to go off of so far. So all I can do is assume based on the evidence of my eyes. And it appears to be some kind of very wholesome experience, I'm sure. I'm sure nothing untoward is going to happen. I'm sure that it's going to all be perfectly above board. Let's find out. I'll click New Game now. Please enter your name. What settings did I change? I didn't change any settings, I think. Why? Is there a setting I have to change? Explain. But quickly. Because I need to start the game. My name is WildeMagick. Esquire. I was changing the music. So that because it was a little bit too loud. It wasn't anything too crazy. But yes, I am named WildeMagick. Esquire. Let's begin. Oh, I've watched parts of the you've watched Let's Plays of this when you were a kid? Oh. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. What an idiot. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Yes, that is true, Venom Gamer. No spoilers, or Venom Gamer will hunt you using their gnome. And if that doesn't sound like a terrifying threat, I don't know what does. Let's continue with this game. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? No. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she is going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. What is this, Goosebumps? Right? I have no idea what to make of any of this. Is the girl, this shrub over here, is this who I'm supposed to be romancing? Is this the story of a beautiful romance between WildeMagick, and this shrub right here? Only time will tell. Time and the story that we are unfolding together here. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Is she about to, like, sneeze? Is that what's about to happen? I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Oh, well, I'm glad that we caught them this time, I guess. I think it's funny that the first thing we learn about the character that we're playing is that they have no patience for people with sleeping issues. Absolutely no empathy whatsoever. And I'm going to bear that in mind as I make my choices in this game. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Wait, did this just make the dialogue choice for me? What's going on here? That's mean, WildeMagick. Well, I am not a very nice person, so I don't know what you could expect, really. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. I don't see how anyone can make that association whatsoever. I choose things as yourself. That's what I'm doing. Fine. No, I'm role-playing as the person that is being indicated to me by the text choices. And what I've got so far is that they find the fact that this lady oversleeps really, really, really annoying and have no patience for it. That's the only thing I know so far. And this lady is very, very pushy and very, very insistent. And it's not so much dropping hints as smashing me over the head with hints, like it's an anvil. Let's see what they have to say for themselves next. Oh, I guess it's... Oh, I guess you don't have to have it in you to be mean even if you want to. No, I absolutely do. I don't know where you're getting that from. Whatever you say, Sayori. Oh, that's me? Okay. I just saw the names there. I'm such a fool. I'm such a cleft. Okay, let's go. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, WildeMagick, says Sayori, have you decided on a club to join? Yeah, fucking club? What is this? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. See, that does sound like me. I haven't been looking either. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're not interested in joining, why would you look? Why would you say that's tautology, WildeMagick? That's not true. You need to join a club, come on. You're watching a Doctor Who fan playing an anime game? Well, to be fair, Doctor Who is basically just anime, right? Like, that's a true fact. Anyway, like, this chick's kind of getting in the eye line of that shrub over there, and I kind of want to continue the conversation there, if that's okay. Just kind of, you know. You told me you would join a club this year, did I? I don't remember committing to that. They'll teach you about poetry? Oh, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That's very self-aware. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, this guy's got his priorities straight. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. You really need to listen more, come on. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Najawin, shut the fuck up, or I'll ban you. And I know you're happy now. I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Oh my god! You trust me, right? No, I do not trust you at all. I certainly don't think that you're capable of, like, preventing a human being from becoming a NEET. I don't see any push for vocational training. I don't see any push for, like, joining a trade school or getting a degree. It kind of just seems like you want me to kiss you on the mouth, and no thank you. You're a bit too pushy. Now that shrub, on the other hand, we can talk about that. Don't make me keep worrying about you. It's your choice. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. God damn it. Romance D's nuts? Yeah, basically. No promises though? Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? No! Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Weak sauce. Right out the bat. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Because you're weak! Join the literature club? Maybe. More than that, I'd surprised I'd even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. This guy, man, you'll get lollipops. Lollipops do sound good. This guy, I don't know. He sounds like kind of a tool. I don't think I like him very much. I'm interested to see where that goes. Because at the end of the day, like, this girl does, like, clearly care about this dude. You know what I mean? The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Oh, that was quick. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. I am disappointed that we didn't get to do any, like, calculus or anything. Like, there wasn't a educational aspect to this game. I think that there was a real missed opportunity there. They could have had us do some timetables. They could have had us learn about some history, you know? Yeah, like Baldi's Basics. I don't know what that is. Clubs? Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Is she just stalking me? Objective protagonist, finally. Which person is most like the attractive shrub? We're gonna have to learn. We're gonna have to... I've only met this one so far, and so far I'm not impressed. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Wait, so, like, I was just sitting there, like, disassociating, basically. And this chick is just standing there, staring at me. Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a pass from me. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Yeah, ribbon twirling is your favorite? Oh. Yeah, ribbon twirling's pretty cool, I guess. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Ah, yes. I deeply care about whether you make time for your clubs or not. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know, I didn't need any encouragement, thank you. Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah! That there is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. This guy, man. And that club is Reddit/something blue audio, true. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I mean, all you have to do is really passionately argue that anime is literature, and then you're fine, bro. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? It's just a stupid club. Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Haha! J'accuse! Your true colors are revealed, deceiver! You will get nothing from me. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Well, you didn't mention that. That changes a few things, you know what I mean? Here. Don't make promises you can't keep. It's a book club. Books are Doctor Who too. That's true. We could just spend this entire thing reading Lawrence Miles books instead. That'd be a good time. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's too cunning as to have planned all this out. She might have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Me too, bruh. Me too. A wild Woobat has appeared, by the way. Catch it using Command Poker Catch. Winners revealed in 90 seconds. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Okay. Yes, let's go. Yeah, you catch that Pokemon, Naja fan. Just for you. Yeah, get it. Get that Woobat. Do it. Do it. Get a trainer pass, Venom Gamer. Come catch Pokemon with us. Book talk. Yeah, you got a starter? Sweet. Alright, let's continue with this game. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Yeah, that's the most relatable part of this so far. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! That's exciting. I'm glad there's a new member. When do I get to meet them? I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1. That's a nice name. Do you think that's like Greek or something? Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Girl 2. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, WildeMagick, says Girl 3. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. I feel like I'm about to get jumped. I feel like I'm about to get mugged right now. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Girl 2 says, what are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. God damn it. Natsuki, says Girl 1. Humph, says Natsuki, who I guess is the one with the pink hair. The girl with the sour attitude, his name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably us. But you said she was cute, bro. You said she was cute, bro. Oh my god. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. I don't think I would trust cupcakes from someone that young, to be honest. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, WildeMagick. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having the smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, WildeMagick. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. Is this the first choice? I'll get the cupcakes. Is this the first component of the moral choice system? Is this my first paragon or renegade choice of this game? Hey, I made them. I'll get them. No, this is the 5th. I haven't made any choices yet. I haven't done anything. All I've done is click the mouse. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Oh, then how about I make some tea as well? Everyone is coming on very strong right now. Everything is a choice. There's no choice. What are you talking about? Literally all I'm doing is clicking. The girls have arranged a few desks to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki gets a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Where the fuck is this going? Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Like you say everything is choices, but all of those choices were made for me. I do not know what you're talking about. Okay, are you ready? Is this my first choice? I want you to remember this question. Am I not going to get to make any choices in this game? Is this just a movie? Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, whoa! Natsuki lifts off the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. You'll make choices. Okay. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. Ryan, you have to riz someone. There have been no opportunities to riz anyone yet. And if I was going to riz someone, it would be that shrub from before. But sadly, I don't think it's going to be an option. Yes, you need to pick a favorite. Why? None of them have given me any indication of an admirable personality or any. Brian bites lips. I don't know, man. Sayori talks with her mouth and has already managed to get icing on her face. Jesus Christ. Did fucking Dan Schneider write this game? I turned the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Hey, it'll be forced upon him even if he doesn't do it intentionally. Let's see how that works out. I will avoid every single opportunity to commit to anything, and we'll just see what the game decides to frost upon me. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Yes, probably. I finally bite down. My teeth start to bleed. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I mean, you would still thank someone if they brought it as like a communal thing. That's just manners. I don't know where this lady is getting all of these highfalutin ideas from. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, just gets like a sharp elbow from Sayori in the side. Not enough to break the skin, but enough to hurt. Ryan poking Natsuki back sensually. I like the shrub. We've already determined this. Well, maybe. But not for you. For you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. It's not that fucking complicated, mate. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Ryan, would you marry me, Shrub? See, Craig gets it. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? That is a really weird thing to do. Ryan chomps into the cupcake, then insults the person that made them. Now, what I would do is I would grab all the cupcakes, eat them all in a single bite, and then just go like, for good. And then leave. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I suppose that is true. That's the one good point made so far. For your information, I do believe Yuri is the oldest one, if that matters to your choice here. I am role-playing someone about their age right now. It's more just that, like, all of these people are really thirsty and desperate, and, like, I don't really go in for that. Ryan, these taste like shit. All of them seem way too pleased to see me, which immediately makes me feel a bit suspicious. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Here, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. Apparently they're all old enough for what, Venom Gamer? Old enough for what, Venom Gamer? I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I am glad. Cause that pink-haired one looked about 12. Ryan farts sexy style. See, Craig has already gained a deep understanding of my seduction method. Old enough to be prosecuted for yeah, but like, you could prosecute a child for murder. You just can't try them as an adult, right? Sorry, Minecrafting. That's the term. That's the lingo, right? That's how you know you belong in a space when you use the word lingo. Yeah, you make a good point. And also, like, old enough, but do you mean old enough or old enough for Japan? Because those are two very different things. Just saying. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club, the cupcakes? I was afraid of this question. Give me a dialogue wheel or something. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Naja fan, so Japan. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so I like poetry, right? Yes, I'm very well read. This is true. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? So this lady goes to the head of the thing because she's the head of the debate club. So at least there is a shared interest there. So 1 point, I suppose. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major club. Hates all the politics and bullshit of like being in different subcultures. That's potentially a second point. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yeah, relatable. See, we're building a rapport now. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. This girl has her head screwed on straight, I have to say. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica ruined it. Absolutely ruined it right there at the end. You fucked it, Monica. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Plays Careless Whisper by George Michael. I will say the music is relentlessly, like, chipper. I feel like it's trying to assault my cynicism. Time will never tell. Time will never tell what? Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. That is true. That is true. I do not know what when-ass means. I'm sorry. Hello, Dark Knight Evolution, though. Welcome. Welcome. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. I am Steve. Welcome, Steve. Hello, Steve. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. Hang on, are you Steve? Are you Steve? Like Steve? Because that would be cool. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Good thing we keep it that in 2025. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. It's like they're a hive mind. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Hold a message. Craig! You can't write that in the chat. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you write it. Deny. Deny, Craig. Calm yourself down. I think you're getting a little bit too excited there. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. After all, I can't read. What did Craig write? I think you can work it out via context clues. So, WildeMagick, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga! That was not a good way of answering that. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Did that do it for her? Like, what the hell? Well, that can change. What am I saying? Yeah, I know. What did you just say, bro? Did that just, like, tumble out of your mouth without you thinking? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. That was like something that ChatGPT would say. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. It rhymes with game tang? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Go off, Queen. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately try to grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. This is what every conversation is like for me with normal people, I have to say. Craig, smash or pass, Yuri. Why don't you answer that question, Craig? At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. I like Stephen King, right? Yeah, I like It, the movie version. Yeah, that's my favorite book. Yeah. Knowing that this game came out 7 years ago, so she's 7 years older. Smash. Okay, Naja fan. Okay. I can see that you're all having a very good time watching me play this game. For someone as gentle as you, you don't even know me. I guess you could say that. But if a story... Oh, I was talking about her. Okay. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. So one of these ones looks like a straight up child, like 11, 12, and is just into cute things and hates horror. Okay. I feel like anyone who picks that girl is telling on themselves, to be honest, in a big way. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori's side was up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute, says Natsuki. That's the first true thing she said. Natsuki, you write your own poems? I imagine she has a very, very, very screechy voice. Well, I guess sometimes. Like, yells more than I do. And I yell a lot. Like, why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? Thank you for being here, by the way. WildeMagick appreciates you. Would you believe that buff Natsuki is a meme? That sounds quite funny, so yes, I can believe that. No, Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels, says Yuri, butting into the conversation. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Yuri already annoys me. Because it doesn't seem like you have a conversation with Yuri. It seems like she gives you a speech every time. And like, I don't know. Also, the speeches aren't very good, which doesn't help. Like I said, it kind of reminds me a little bit of ChatGPT. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? It's weird how they don't really know each other that well as well. Like, I don't know. It's very strange. Foreshadowing. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Oh, I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, says Monica. I have an idea, everyone. What's the idea? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. What was I supposed to do there? Like, say a question mark? Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Yay! Homework! Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. That's good leadership there, though. Putting everyone on an even footing. That's probably a good idea. Yay, mini game. Do I have to write a poem too? That's fun. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, WildeMagick? Yes! Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. And what's been on my mind the entire time is that shrub. I would say that Monica is the only one I don't feel actively hostile to at this time. So interpret that however you want. I never said I would join the club. That's true. You're going to remember this. It's not my fault they're all, like, annoying in different ways. I do respect the fact that they're all annoying in, like, different ways. Like, they're well characterized as annoying. But, you know. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and lose my train of thought. I like that they all look disapprovingly at you. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, humph! WildeMagick, says it very sadly. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? One of them just, like, pulls a knife on him. That is, writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Ugh. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Man in his 40s joins the literature club full of female teenagers. Suspicious. Hey! I'm in my 30s, okay? One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. I mean, they were good cupcakes. Then this makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. WildeMagick, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh no. Hee hee. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, WildeMagick, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stayed after school for clubs. Plot twist, the teacher is Jared Fogle? Is that the subway guy? It's the only Jared I know. Sure, might as well. Yay, there's no choices in this game. There's not been a single choice yet. He's such a passive person. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I've been playing for almost an hour, and there hasn't been one yet. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and the other one, and Monica, yes. Will I really be happy spending every day at school in a literature club? It's every day? Oh my god, I thought this was like a once a week type situation. That means that he has to write the poem tonight. Right, perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of these girls. Is this the first choice? Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. But the shrub's right there. It's right there. Come on. What are you doing, game? What about the secret fifth option? And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so the way the minigame works is that you're given a set of words and choosing one gives you points towards one of the girls liking you based on certain things. I forget the specifics. Yuri likes sad words, can't remember the others. Choose Sayori. Why? Why, Craig? Top 2 best RPGs. Cute? You think she's cute? Well, fair enough then. I'm going to pick Hopeless, Cry, and Shame. What just happened? What just happened? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Gonna do that. I'm gonna pick Hopeless. I mean, the fantasy one is clearly like, that's clearly the purple haired chick. The one that like, the ChatGPT one. Bed! Craig, come on. And you know what? You gotta put a little bit more effort into that. Naja fan is having the time of their life right now. I'm telling you. Calm? You think calm? I'm gonna go with Smile. And then I'm gonna go with Happiness. And then I'm gonna go with Imagine X. I'm gonna go with Unrestrained. And then I'm gonna Defeat, Vivacious, Covet, Secretive. Yuri like that. Oh, they're actually reacting to the words. That's really funny. Okay. Oh. Do they like tell you which one likes, or no? They just move around randomly. Okay. Kissy, kissy. Craig, calm down. Take a cold shower if you have to. It's okay. Vivacious. I like Vivacious. Oh, they like that one. Okay. After you click it, one will jump. Let's see which one likes Misery. Doki Doki, that's the name of the title. What does Doki Doki mean?
Isn't it a heartbeat? Heartbeat?
Is Doki Doki heartbeat? What does Doki Doki mean? Nibble? Jesus. Going to pick infallible. Oh. Entropy? Oh dear. Wait a minute. 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 Is she the killer? Is Yuri the killer? Because I'm intentionally picking the worst options I can and she's liking all of them. Wait, do I have to be suspicious of Yuri? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. Something's going on here. Forgive, melody, infinite sensation, together, time, captive, oh no. Oh no. Yuri's just moody. That was a suspicious denial. There's something suspicious is indeed happening, yes. Let's try tenacious. Okay. Incapable. What's going on here? Something really sus is going on here. Does it matter what I pick? Pick insight. Is this rigged? She's the goth literature girl? I mean... God damn it. Bye, babe. Cage, graveyard. Let's go with cage. Let's go with cage. God damn it! Electricity, portrait, marshmallow, disaster, wonderful, ambient, pure. Let's go with pure. Actually, let's go with prayer. Okay, it does sometimes pick different people. Oh, suicide. My goodness. Let's go with vivid. Bouncy. Suicide, what the fuck? I know. It's crazy. This game. It's drip feeding it, but I can definitely see that it's there. Scars. Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting. Uncontrollable because it has a thematic link to the unrestrained part. I think that one's fair. Papa? Was that one of them? Hang on. Was Papa one of them? Raph? Oh no! Oh no! She's a scary lady. She's a scary lady, guys. Hang on, I can't see the chat. One second. I need to see the chat. One sec. And then we'll continue this horrifying adventure. Hope everyone's doing okay though. Make sure to follow WildeMagick and all that good stuff. Horror. Sorry, stream stopped working. I'm back. Well, it's good to have you back. Very good to have you back. All right. Let's continue, shall we? We've gotten some great A foreshadowing from this one, but not what you've seen. Okay. Friends. Universe. Let's do death. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. Hi again, WildeMagick. Glad to see you didn't run away from on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, WildeMagick. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out, just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ha! Roasted, Natsuki! Ooh. I'll do the in a minute, one sec. How about that? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. WildeMagick always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. That's true. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Not really. I might be a little jealous. How come you and WildeMagick can become good friends too? Sayori, As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori, it's like a lock of her hair. Because these girls are all a little creepy. Me? Yeah, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. As usual. I just see look at chat. Why should I look at chat? Oh no. Hi baby girl, Ryan. What's wrong with you, Craig? It's like a heart to hide under your floorboards. I understood that reference. Okay. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. I do notice that they have floorboards though, yes. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. Is it like a haiku? Because if not, then no. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Or the fact that I can't read at all. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and she's thinking about how she's going to bury all of her friends, I assume, from that poem that we had to write. That was terrifying. That was, like, harrowing. I wonder what's going to happen next. I can't help but notice her intense expression. I made a thumbnail for the video while it broke. What, for this video? I can't. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Wow, that's cool. Plot twist. A sheep said bah. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. And then there's silence. And then that only makes me hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. Natsuki is... Stop foreshadowing things. Craig. When we deny the reality of time. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? Uh-huh. I just wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. Well, there's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Hang on, just doing some adjustments real quick. Oh, no. Nope, get rid of that. Da-da. That's good. Okay, we are back. We are back. Okay, there's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Is it that she's a Minecrafter? Because I get strong. I'm really suspicious of this lady. I'm really suspicious. She's the prime suspect for whatever shenanigans are going to take place. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. It's a joke. Use the funny mic. What do you mean, use the funny mic? The fuck does that mean? What are you talking about? Jeez, Yuri. What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front. She has the Necronomicon! Talk way too close to the microphone. Oh, you mean like this? I know you love that. I know you love that shit. When I like intentionally bleed out the volume levels. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who've escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. Sounds like a really pleasant read. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it's going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Haha! That's really clever! Because that's this entire game, I assume. That's like the game's like, what is it? Thesis statement. All wrapped up in one line. That's really good. I've talked about H.P. Lovecraft on my channel. You should subscribe, Ryan. That's true. I have talked about H.P. Lovecraft on my channel. You should subscribe to Something Blue Audio. That is true. That is true. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ha ha ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, WildeMagick? No, I love that shit. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forget that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they've made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. If she's the villain, if she's the if she's the antagonist of this here narrative, then I will not be surprised in the slightest. Although, to be honest, all of them are, you can't check the closet. It's not letting me interact with it. It's not how the game works, Craig. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. I know, she's trying to rizz me up. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? It's just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. As she stands over me, I feel a sharp poke into my back. Yes, Yuri is stabbing me right now. I'm getting murdered. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, I'm PlayStation Sparrow. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, but it's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready, to turn the page? Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a little longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you're being so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Volition were the developers of the Saints Row series. The first 4 games were really good, the 5th one not so much. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels almost like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. That is, I know my wife is watching, that's fine. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. So, like, He's only read a few pages of this book, at most, maybe 1 or 2. How is he able to get that strong an impression of this main character? What situation are they in where they can be like that? That's the real question. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But WildeMagick, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. That means he can get a second perspective. I guess I'm more meant to think that's kind of cute. Ah! What are you saying all of a sudden? In case you're wondering, no, these are not the techniques I use to rizz up my wife. No. Although, we did talk about anime a lot when we met each other. We met shitposting about anime and talking about how Naruto is garbage and punking on a fool. It's actually quite a romantic story. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah! Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Ah, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Oh, would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. I'm going to take a drink because my throat is hella dry. I make a mental note of... What the fuck? Craig, what is wrong with you? I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Is this a meme? Because this should be a meme if this isn't a meme. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wake up. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Craig says, it's a joke, Ryan. I know. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spare notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? There are memes related to this game. I don't believe my relaxation ends is one of them. I think my relaxation ends might have to be the thumbnail of this when I upload it to YouTube. Craig says Yuri. I know that the game is really pushing Yuri, but I still think that Monica is the one that I would have the most in common with. Because they have like ambitions and things that they want to start on their own and stuff, and like, I respect that. So it's kind of tricky. I also don't trust Craig's reasoning as well. Plus they're class president, so I have the excuse that I'm just doing the right thing. Let's do that. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. It pushed Yuri because your poem was written for Yuri. I figured that that's what happened. I think Yuri is a murderer though, so... Hi WildeMagick, having a good time so far? Yeah. Let me just account for that quickly. I'm looking forward to seeing this thumbnail. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. I think that you should invite that shrub from before. I also think that we need cupcakes every day. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Cupcakes every day and shrubs. I like shrubs. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to, yes. Because choice doesn't exist, it's an illusion. Aha, don't worry, WildeMagick. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? Yeah. But it's this sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. Great job, WildeMagick. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. She thought I was stupid. Great. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. This dude's smart. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Like Scotty on the Enterprise. It's good. It's a good way to go about things. Ah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this sort of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Monica, you're a dumbass. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. I'm getting my relaxation ends from another channel because the moment was just out of reach on the clips. Ah! It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. WildeMagick. I'm sure you'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased based on their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you with what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Clearly the best choice. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahahaha. Ahahaha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? No. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always have to feel that way, though. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction, the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. Is this about finding a body? Is this about finding a Minecrafted human body? Is that what I'm reading here? Because it sounds like that's what I'm doing. But it's too late. My retinas. I will note that this is taking longer than a playthrough without reading everything out by basically double time. You'll probably only get done with half of it tonight. That means that I can do the rest of it another week. That's okay. A noise, I rear crew. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas. Makes for a video though, exactly. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Thank you for letting me know though. Scratching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Click to outside area poem to continue. So, what did you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ahaha, it's okay. Yeah, just that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That was sus. Now I'm suspicious of you as well. Are they all Minecrafters? Is that what's going on here? That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Thank you for being here. WildeMagick is suspicious about the characters and Minecraft. So I'm thinking, if we can only do half of this today, what about next Tuesday? How does next Tuesday sound for you guys to like continue this? Because Thursday I'm doing a Baldur's Mate stream, so I can't do next Thursday, but I can do next Tuesday to like finish this off. If that's something you would be down for. Works for you? Cool. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. That is the really good writing advice. Unironically, that's really good writing advice. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I read my poem to next? I guess Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Yeah, 'cause you're a dummy! She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, so it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? That is the most pertinent question of all, isn't it? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing as of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Huh. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Yeah, it was chicken scratch. It was terrible. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. That's because I can't read. We've made this really clear. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, WildeMagick. It's about somebody that I Minecrafted. Because I'm a Minecrafter. I sure love Minecrafting people. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive, eh? Oh, it's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah, you know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. So I'm going to do my best for you, WildeMagick. Ah, me too. Who should I read my poem to next? Sayori, I guess. We're friends, right? This is a good poem, WildeMagick. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? It's the real question, isn't it? So is everyone enjoying the stream so far? I certainly am. It's nice to just have stuff to say. I don't have to think of stuff to say on the fly. That's really convenient, actually. It's a bit like an episode of TARDIS Wiki Roulette on Something Blue Audio. Subscribe to Something Blue Audio on YouTube. There. Now that can be in the VOD too. Am I the kind of guy who you should... Ow! Bit my fucking tongue!